in my experience, a successful student is one that is very, very enthusiastic about the subject that he or she is doing with us. One that is very, very motivated, one that loves Spanish and wants to know all about it. I think that's the key. And of course, that student will come to lectures on a regular basis, will do all the work that is required, will submit, the coursework on time, and will be very ambitious, and will want to do very, very well, will want to get a very good classification of their degree by the end of the course. And I think those are key elements, ambitious, being very ambitious and very motivated and very enthusiastic about it. And of course, talking about enthusiasm and hard working, I can think of being as well a very independent learner, because university, as opposed to perhaps school, secondary school, is not about as much as, you're here to be taught. I think you're here to learn rather than to be taught, and I think you have to bear that in mind. You would have 2 to 3 lessons a week of the language during the course of 20 to 24 weeks a year, but you have to do a lot of independent work, and a very successful student will do that. We'll do a lot of work in SALC, with us here at the university, Independent Study Center, where they can just watch films, programs, listen to tapes, listen to the radio, watch all kinds of programs from the satellite television. And of course, they will go to all of these, events that happen, and most of the events that happen in the Cervantes Institute, Canning House, going back to the previous point. He or she will be a person that possibly in the summer will try and do a course in Spain or a Latin American country, or work there. And will be very much engaged in the subject, and anything and everything that is going on in London regarding or related to the culture, they'll be there engaging, here and outside the university, and that will be a very, very successful student. Another key element is managing time very well. We find here in London that sometimes, very often in our courses, language courses, students work a lot, perhaps a bit too much, and do not come to the lectures, or they come but they don't do as much work, independent work, as they should, independent learning as they should. And I think that the student that really gives priority to their studies rather than work, as in, that person that works is the minimum required to pay for the bills and, accommodation and travel and food and all of that, but then concentrates on the degree and wants to do very well, I think, they're very, very successful at the end of the degree.